Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I didn't do a breakfast stream today for a variety of reasons. And Wednesday is going to be a dinner stream because I got the vet visit to do. So it'll be easier just to give you guys an update on the cat, after the visit's over. So I am a bit tired out of it, and I need to find out if kids still want curry or if we're going to figure something else out. I see all you all coming on in here and saying hi. Will and Dragon, Sandra, Leo, Changeling, Tristan, Debbie, Christopher, Levi Market, the other Levi. Hey, kiddo. You still in the mood for some curry? I didn't say. Excuse me. I just asked if you're still in the mood for some curry. Okay. Even he yelled you about that attitude. Sound stuffed up. I'm so tired. Pain in the legs back again. Had a couple days where it was good and the weather's rubber banding again, and so now I'm battling pain and sleep. Do I want to take medicine? Do I want to? What do I want to do? So, yeah, you made a trail last night. I had another dad joke. Share it. Why you sound like you're ready to challenge other Levi for the rights of the name? The vampires spook the whole family. I know they aren't talking to me because it's funny to see my name and chat like that. All right. Well, we're going to start off by getting the cutboard clean. Hey, Mark. Oh, I'm disabled. I live my life in pain. It never goes away. It's just varying degrees of it. Hi. uh, eh. I once wrote a song about a tortilla, but that's more of a rap. Slayer. That's a good one. That's a good one. You okay with that, kiddo? All right. Do we cheer you up? No, it's just okay. It's gonna sound kind of bad, but like, you have to understand this is my daily life, right? That's just how things are. Chris is aware of it, and works with me quite a lot. I have entire days, weeks even, where I was not able to produce, make content, or do something that needed to be done, specifically because of the amount of pain I was in, and it was either A, continue to be in pain, or B, take the medication that allows me to move forward. So, can't cheer pain up, sadly. But what I can do, just try to work through it, move forward. Kevin, oh my God, I've been needing help. Oh, okay. I don't know how I can help you, Kevin. Screaming Dragon on over on Twitch. Hey, how you doing? So, well, we'll let the cutting board dry off a little bit. out. Get over there. See how many of these potatoes are still good. Looks like all of them are. Look at like a good Yukon Gold. They last you forever, I swear. I'm gonna do about 5 potatoes in this case, because 2 of them were really small. Save the others for breakfast. Hash brown deal. I'm missing some chat. You guys are always share jokes. I got 5 teenagers dressed like a pride parade doing stunts on my lawn with bad pyrotechnics. What do I do without someone? You go join them. Easiest way to handle the situation. Dress up in your finest pride gear and go wave around like you don't care. Yeah, pretty much. This one. Yeah. But yeah, you guys can share jokes. I always have to. The Debbie, what did Debbie say? Just finished eating an egg nest. I still need to choose my beverage. I don't know what I missed there. All the way in Canada. Hey, Harvey. I had pizza for lunch. Dinner was 3.5 hours ago. Does it mean you were a pesto exterminator? Daredevil, Moon Knight, and Black Bolt walk into a bar. Black Bolt speaks up and places his order. Speaking of pride flags, did you know that there's a disability pride flag? I did. I need to make it. For those that don't know, I do spray paint art when I am able to. And we have all our stuff. We dug it all out. But the weather has not been conducive to that, and I don't really want to stink up my office. Healthy amount of carrots, more so than the potatoes, because they're also some of our color. Well, I've run into our first hiccup of animation where things are a little funky. Can't go into details there. We're trying to figure it out and make sure everything's good. That's the thing. No matter what you do, any type of anything that you're working with, always make sure everything is above board. And if the person you're working with can't understand that, that's a red flag in my book. Should be able to understand when you're ordering work of any kind. Direct credits, references, people that you can go to and be like, oh yeah, everything's good. The way I grew up, at least, that was the thing. We got some stuff to clean up real quick. Hey, Harvey, how goes it? When someone asks you, what do you call cheese that isn't yours? I'd say lunch. And it's much cheaper than ordering. I don't. Who can't cook, I do recommend the Tempo Plan from Home Fresh. I live in a Jack Sprat situation and I'm losing like I need to. Hubby is gaining weight like he needs to. Here's a good one. Did you hear the company that makes yardsticks? They won't be making them any longer. It's an oldie, but it's goodie. You can't win against the beat. They're unbeatable. And that is my joke so far. And that's the joke. That's the joke. I can't keep up. Oh, okay. I've been tired from work and all that's been taken. I do have a green and gold outfit that kind of matches there. By all means, Kevin, go put that on and go out there and have some fun. At the end of the day, getting angry at somebody because they're having fun. Or join in on it. And if they get angry that you decided to join in on their fun that was on your property, too bad for them. No, that's going to be a pain to clean, aren't you? All right. Okay. Give me a moment, everyone. So we got a few things to do to finish things up. First things first, making anything with rice, need the rice cooker. Makes life a lot easier. You do not need a rice maker, but it makes life so much easier when you do. You don't have to keep track of stuff. You don't need to keep track of it. Hello from Michigan. Hey, Logan. Whenever I do make grilled cheese sandwiches, I use Carb Smart, wheat bread, and reduce fat pepper jack cheese. You know, one of the things I saw today, I was going to try it, but Kendo said no. I was going to make a smaller portion of it, and then I went with burgers for brunch. Feta burgers. They were great, by the way. But to make a creamier golden curry, kind of like they do in traditional Japanese restaurants, add a bit of egg to your washed rice. Fill it up with water, cook it. And then make your curry like you normally would, but you add a bit of starch to it on top of it. You add starch and ginger to the meat. Now I'm probably going to add starch and ginger to the meat because I've got ginger. I've got starch. Can I help you, Kim? The good thing is I have leftover rice. So rice is not something I need to have available before dinner is ready. Set it for a second. Wash the potatoes. Leo, my friend, gave me a lot of. Can't keep up. What happened to Samara after she was digitized and joined? That's a good question. Let me answer that real quick. Okay. This is a direct. You can see the correlation between what I and me and Chris wanted to do for lore compared to what everyone just decided was true and we went with. And the reason why the channel has done so well, because we are willing to adapt to the audience, right? Tobias, real quick, can you feed the cats? So we have, please feed the cats instead of getting snippy with me. Okay. So when we first did it, I said, Samara can't speak. They can only speak in emoji. And for a few videos, I did that. But it became really difficult to try to include Samara in that sense. And very quickly, we didn't have Samara be in the videos very often. However, me and Chris would very often have text on the screen change, right? Well, everyone thought that was Samara. And so for a couple times, for early on, I was like, okay, let's correct. Samara only talks like this. But very quickly, we adapted and we stopped correcting people. And more people are like, haha, Samara's being smart. Samara's being a little sassy today. Samara's doing this. And even when in the Constantine series, where it's effectively you guys as the commentary, everyone latched on this is Samara being the commentary. So I was like, hey, Chris, why don't we just let that be? That is Samara. There's no reason why she wouldn't have evolved from emojis to being a smart aleck teenager doing text. My own teenager did that. So we both agreed. Samara is the text above that's a little snarky and that kind of stuff. So you guys got to see the evolution of it. Hey! Hey, alternate. What's up, James? Hey, Dark Wolf. I don't know how Acme is handling it, Tim, but Villain is handling it just fine. Vastly integrated inter-reality network. Something like that. Gotta look at it, but yeah. There's a line from Mechasol 2. I hold the power 5 quarters. You cannot possibly beat me with the power of 1 when I compare Binks to other time. Yeah. Some of these potatoes look a little on the green side. These are Yukon Golds, so sometimes it can be really difficult to tell if they're green or not. Doesn't help that I'm partially colorblind. Not a lot. My kids work way worse than I am. I'm not concerned. There's no way, considering how long I've had these, that they should be green. And they're not showing signs on the inside that they're underdeveloped, so. clearing that up. Also, would you consider doing Cosmic Ghost Rider needing... I mean, it's really difficult to do the cosmic characters that have all this power in the world. Like, why would they need us, right? Not to say that we won't do it or that we haven't. It's more about finding the end that we can use to make it funny. At least with our style of comedy. You, I'm not going to use. You, I'm not going to use. And you, I'm not going to use. Potatoes. Don't feel like cutting all these in half and then cutting them from there. So what we're going to do, we're just going to line them up and cut them in thirds. It takes the carrots, even though they're baby carrots, down a bit. Line them up. Give a couple small cuts. It's a lot of potato, to be honest. Now the onions and butter will go first. And then we'll add the potatoes and carrots after we brown up the meat and set it to the side. But before I do all that, I'm effectively going to get everything ready. So we're cutting up the carrots, cutting up the potatoes, then I'll cut up the onion. Around the time I'm ready to move forward with sauteing it with some garlic and other flavors. Salt, pepper, that kind of thing. I do apologize. The interview's just not here today. I debated not doing the stream, if I'm going to be honest. But I wanted to still do the stream. Alright. First of all, we got some extra long minutes. Tobias, can you have Raven come here, please?
No.
Get off the TV. Because of the way you say it. And all I was asking was so that I didn't have to yell and wake up your mother, if you could have Raven come here. You're not yelling. Otherwise, I could have done that. Set this to the side now. Because that rice needs to be cleaned. If I didn't do the stream, would be worried but understanding. Yeah, I know. And I'm gonna go forward with the stream. I may sit down during the cooking process and we might cut the stream off early and just talk to everyone during that time. The minions tried calling for union representation. That's a funny one. I like that. Right. Need to get the meat out. I'm glad I have a bunch of these cleaned. Okay. Can you wash the rice while I'm doing this, please? I'm pretty tired and trying to just push through here. Thanks, kiddo.
I don't want to walk through it. Can't even get to the rice. Is this the rice? Okay, now
Yes.
drain it.
I'm fine. Or there.
How many times do I have to wash this?
Just get as clear as you can. I'm not too terribly concerned.
Well,
I don't want a lot of starch, but it'd be nice to have 3 washes at least. You want diced or sliced onion? All right, I'll make slightly larger diced onion then. Cut it in half here. Basically, chunks.
3 washes in and it's still starting.
Yep, very starchy rice today. Like usually, you also move it around with your hand, kiddo.
He's not doing.
That's a whole onion taken care of. Oh, Dragonhead. Did the minions use a minion translator? We can speak minion. We don't need that.
Isn't there actual language literally just like really?
There's an actual language. There's an actual translator for it.
Yeah.
They had
Isn't
enough
it just
movies
like-
that they made that language out of it.
Isn't it just like really fast people?
No, is it banana? Nah, banana. That kind of stuff. There's the butter.
Can I quit washing the rice?
No.
What's that? I quit.
This is the amount of potatoes. That's the amount of carrots. You want?
Is that fine? Is that good?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. I'm free.
No, hold on.
Zach.
I asked a serious question. You want a little? You want me to only make half of those potatoes?
You do not ask that question.
You want all the potatoes cooked?
Yeah, just cook them.
Cook all the potatoes. Oh, the onion. The meat. It's still frosty. How's my day going? I'm tired. Really, really tired. So I really am thinking that as soon as we get everything set to where it just sit and cook, I tell you guys the recipe. Probably just gonna sit down with everyone, talk to everyone. How we go from there. Three cups of rice. Gonna get a little bit of extra water for the long grain because that's what these are.
Great. Great.
Goodness, kids.
No. What? Okay.
Now, for the food. Slow saute onions. Cut your onions how you want. When your onions get done sauteing, you're going to add your taters. They're going to take the next longest. Or your, no, in this case, because we want the meat to be fully cooked, you'll add your meat first. And we want the meat to be tender so it can be overcooked for a change. Then you add your taters, your carrots. Cook it up like you would a stew. Add your water and all that stuff. Make sure once all your veggies are soft, then you add your curry, your roux. That's effectively curry. Now, a little tip to make things taste a little bit better. Two of them. One, if you have the time, take the time to go ahead and take your meat after you cubed it up, if you didn't already buy pre-cubed meat, and add some ginger and garlic or rice vinegar to it and set it to the side. You're going to marinate it while you're waiting to put it in. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to cut it up into cubes. And a partially frozen meat can be a lot easier to cut depending on like your hand strength. So if you got the hand strength to cut it, go with that. If you don't, I would say get the meat to the point to where it's, cold to the touch, firm, but it's not frozen. Because then you can still get a similar benefit without having to work as hard. And again, in all honesty, if you're having hand strength issues, there's no shame in buying pre-cut meat. It just costs more. One trick for that, though, is a lot of times you can go to a more local grocery store, right? And when the butcher is in, grab the meat that you would cube and be like, "Hey, I'm disabled. Can you cube this for me? It's for stew meat tonight." And they won't change the price on the meat, but they'll cube it for you. Same thing with cutting it into steaks. Done with my knife. Realistically, I'm done with my knife. Well, while I may not be eating with you guys directly, I will still be with you guys. But back to the recipe. One of the things that a lot of people do is they add an apple to their curry. It makes it sweeter. I have apple curry roux because I don't like the mush that you get from the apple. So that's a texture thing, but so we're sauteing slowly, mind you, the onions, salt, pepper, and that garlic I mentioned. Will be added here in a second. We'll take a look at chat in a minute. Let me add that garlic. We're going to add the garlic in two places. We're going to add it to the meat. We're going to add a good chunk to the sauteed onions. Now, this is assuming you have curry roux of some kind. I'll be using today is this, because I have to put it in a container because it's already open anyways. And I have another one buried somewhere in a drawer that has apple, and I'll mix the appropriate amount. See, with me, it's generally other people that don't feel safe. Okay. Alright, so marinating the meat. Bit of pickled ginger. You don't have to use pickled ginger. Fresh ginger works just fine. That's nice. They got a new lid. I like that. Now I'm going to use chopsticks to get my ginger out. I'm going to use these chopsticks for eating with too later on. So we're going to get our pickled ginger out, add it to our meat. We're going to get a healthy amount because we, in my house, like a healthy amount. You do not need a whole lot of pickled ginger. It's got a very strong flavor. You do not need very much of it. You decide your own portions based on experimentation. Start small, work up. Okay. We're going to recap this. Our meat has been cubed. In this case, it is pork because beef was expensive and I could not justify the price. So we got pork that is getting marinated with pickled ginger and garlic. I don't need to add any salt and pepper to that. And touch of rice wine vinegar. And you know that other tip I was going to give you guys, but I held off? I'm going to give it to you right now. If you're making any type of Oriental dish, this and soy sauce are going to be your best friend. You don't need much of either one. But if you're always wondering why it doesn't taste the same, that is why. You add your damn fish sauce. But this is fish sauce. Now, if you can't have this, because it's fish sauce, you can't have fish. At this time, I do not have an alternative for you. So we're going to set this meat aside. Meat's been cubed. Vinegar, Worcestershire sauce for flavor. And all this is going to go right in the pan, by the way. The marinade will get cooked with it. You're not draining the marinade. Pickled ginger, garlic. Set it to the side. Cut carrots. Now, I do a cheap way of using baby carrots. And then if I feel like cutting them down, I cut them down. You can use a regular carrot. I would suggest if you want the nice chunks like they have in a restaurant, you cut it diagonal and then cut it diagonal. Cut it diagonal, cut it diagonal. It's really weird without showing you, but yeah. Your potatoes. Realistically, you only need 3 to 4 potatoes. We just like a lot. Okay. And then, of course, I got the onions sauteing right now. Saute your onions. Get them nice and brown. Once your onions are sauteed, add your meat. So the meat will only marinate for as long as the onions. Saute your onions on low heat. Should take about 20 to 30 minutes. That's more than enough time for the meat to marinate and not, in any sense, go bad on the counter. No different than letting your meat rest effectively or come to temperature before you cook it. Okay? Then you're going to put your meat in there. You're going to brown your meat, cook it, and then you'll add your veggies and water, bring them up, let them simmer. Once they have come to fruition, just follow the directions on this pretty much about the middle way. And you're good to go. Now, alternatively, if you don't want to make this into a curry, you don't have to. It makes a wonderful, more plain soup. Add salt, pepper, maybe a little bit more garlic if you want to add more garlic. Add a little bit of thyme or oregano or something like that. My spouse doesn't like curry. And what we do is I save some of this before I turn it in, before I mix the curry roux in, and then I'll add additional seasonings into theirs that isn't in ours. So there you go. That is a decent recipe. We're going to sit down at the table. I'm going to chat with y'all, and then I'll probably call it a night, to be honest. I'm going to basically relax. I'm much more tired than I thought I was. And I want to give you guys more energy, more power. But, just one of those days. I was going to try to sketch you, but you were moving too much. I'm sorry, Debbie. I'm sitting down now. I don't fish. It makes me lower edge. Ooh, Haley. Yeah. Be careful with that. Isn't he already gingered? That's a good one. Swedish chef ruled the day he met the predators. Swedish chef is packing heat, by the way. You guys remember that? But yeah, I'm making curry. Levi, for the cosmic Ghost Rider idea, Nappa could have gotten drunk and taken it out for a drive. There you go. That's a good one. Only roux I have, me being unruly. I don't think I'd add the apple either. Don't get me wrong, I have a big sweet tooth, but I find the mixing of sweet and savory gross. Well, in curry, it works really well. It adds a hint of sweetness to it, and but I'm also a fan of the sweet savory stuff, not like overly sweet, mind you. And so that's kind of like, you know. Tim, I do. Tim, let me reintroduce myself. Hey, my name's Levi. I'm Member Solutions. We handle everyone and everything. And whether you know it or not, you are a member, one way or another. There's vegan fish sauce. Hey, Jeremy, thank you. That would probably be your alternative to normal fish sauce. So translation is I would handle anti-hair. You're hurting right now, aren't you? Yeah. I'm in more pain than I would care to be. And I haven't taken medication, and I can't take medication. Hey, Tobias. Yeah, well, we don't. Chill.
Someone keeps on spamming so I can't see anything.
Okay, chill.
No.
Yes, I am live, and you know this.
Finally.
And I'm working on finishing the live up.
I can see.
Curse the front parent. Yeah. Are the kiddos murdering each other? No, they're not. Not in the game, at least. I'm like Raven's playing their game, and I'm gonna be playing a game probably here in a bit. But yeah, I have to wait until at least everything's stewing before I can take my medication, because the medication will take about a half hour to an hour to take effect. If I take it now, I might zone out more than I care for while cooking. So I'll burn something, and I don't want to burn something. It's very hard to burn curry. I've done it before when I've been out of it, so I've learned not to take medication. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna burn the house down, but I'm gonna burn food, and I don't like burning food. I don't know who that is, Troa, right now. Brain is not brainy. I'm sorry. I have questions about video editing and stimulation issues. Ask the question. I'll kind of go from there. I have onion juice on my hand, and now I have onion juice in my eye. That's lovely. I guess you could argue Minecraft Steve is evil. Yes, you could. Also, I'm going to apologize. I need to relax the vocal cords a little bit. The customer service voice is lovely and it's great, but it's also this higher pitch, more cheery type of thing, and I'm just not feeling that today. No killing each of their kiddos makes it hard to buy them goodies if they're fighting. They need to also work on grades. Oh, by the way, Tobias, your grades, if your grades don't start improving by the end of the year, if like you get like multiple Fs like you currently have, you can say goodbye to all your electronics. Even if they don't put you in summer school, I will put you in summer school. And you won't be allowed electronics until you're done with the lesson, you pass the lesson. So you might want to start paying. You've been getting some poor grades lately.
Those teachers don't check. I literally did 3 things. Like 3 days ago.
I don't mean today. I mean the
I know,
last
I know.
last time I got your grades, which was months ago. So we're gonna wait and see, and hopefully you've improved your grades.
I literally did something like on Thursday,
Mhm.
and it's Monday. Guess what? Still checks as not turned in. The things that I turned in.
Go check with your teacher then and make sure they know that you turned them in.
I did.
If you guys are wondering why he put his hand on my shoulder, we have a thing where if they put their hand on my shoulder and I respond to them,
No,
depending on how I respond, they can
No,
continue
I
forward.
didn't
I
do that.
might say I need some more time,
no, I wasn't saying that. I wasn't doing it.
but still,
I was like, bro.
you're gonna make them spill my drink. Not over my drink.
You heard who this is.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Have Raven bring me the
If
other
they
one.
fit, they sit.
Yes, have Raven bring me the red one, please, real quick. Have the gremlins been taken care of in Pokemon Universe? Or are they still there? I'm not. Oh shoot! I forgot all about that storyline. It's not that I meant to abandon it; it's just shit happened. Made a big batch of curry. Used a bag of Southern hash browns, 2 frozen chopped onions. There you go. You can all do all kinds of things. Make a steak, wiping eyes after handling ghost peppers. No, stop! I want to show them something. So the predators are predatribbles now, effectively, right? I'm gonna make this a thing. Look at that guy. Look at him. It's from the Mirrorverse tribble, but it works so well. Look at that. And then I've got a regular tribble, and these guys are going to be effectively sterile because they're hybrids. God damn, that light behind me is annoying. Unless they breed with a regular tribble, but 9 times out of 10, or more, like 9,000. Like we'll do a ridiculous number. It'll be like 1 in 8,000 or 9,000 will be another one of these, and it'll be mostly these guys. However, breed enough, let enough of them breed, you'll get a bunch of these little scary dudes. Okay. Skills are rusty, but I used to make a beef stew that could turn vegetarians. And my eyes dilated, so I feel the eye pain. I want to make Logan, if you want to try something amazing, make a whiskey and beer boil. I don't do alcohol anymore. Pretty easy to find alternatives though. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. My teacher's treating me terrible. I want to do content, but I'm nervous about the editing process due to my issues with visual overstimulation. I don't have good advice for this. Other than take your time. If you're getting overstimulated, stop what you're doing, walk away, come back. Maybe look into other things that could be triggering it, and maybe you need to have a calmer type of video. Maybe you have to have more muted colors. Maybe you have to turn it black and white to edit it, and then turn the color back on at the end and color grade afterwards. Yeah. I haven't said goodbyes yet. Was accidentally wiped my eyes. I do not put him in the Christian Catholic summer school. Are you talking about the stuff with the kiddo? I'm okay with that. I've made it known my kiddo is on the spectrum and stuff like that. It's one of those things where we deal with it. Gremlins and Pokemon. Can I catch them in a master ball? School wasn't Catholic. It was terrible. I see fur. Yep. The cat decided to come say hi. Granddaughter had a meltdown earlier. She's high function autistic most of the time until she has a Looks like a triple critters hybrid, right? Looks like one of the monsters. It's from the Mirrorverse. Don't let Scotty get them. Well, what was the aftermath of Stitch? Oh, that's another thing. Reason why that one's going to take a while is like we have to address the elephant in the room. The fact that I'm not there has to be addressed, and then me showing up. And so there's going to be a section where it's Chris and Nappa, not Levi, and then you still hear Stitch, because most of the series has been me dealing with Stitch, and most of the series is still going to be me dealing with Stitch because it's easier for me to write it like that. But I have to write parts in mind with Chris and John and Nappa, not Chris and Nappa, John and Nappa, hearing Stitch. So if I have a Stitch problem, any advice? Pray. Torture myself with wasabi peas. Don't do that. My niece went to Catholic school and she got in so much trouble after a shot. Life for break. The Furby Furball. The cooking will burn out the alcohol, so you don't need to worry about. It doesn't burn out all of it. It burns out a significant portion of it. That's not the reason. I just don't want it in the house anymore. So Logan, I'm well aware that it burns out enough of it that is not legal, even by legal definition, called alcohol anymore in the food. You're not going to have a problem with that. I just don't want to have it in the house because if I'm buying enough to cook, I'm buying like there's going to be leftovers, and then I don't know the next time I use it. And a bunch of people in the house, well, me and my spouse will look at it and go like, do we drink it? We don't want it to go to waste, and so it's just not going to get used. It's easier just not to have it in the house. Absolutely nothing. What is it, Tobias? A horrible time. I've already answered this question, so you can refer to my previous answer. I really don't like it when you press issues while I'm live, knowing that I'm live. Take time to think about what I answered. So it's not that it took clear. Like again, I've explained this before. Had a problem as a kid. It became a non-problem, and this is the very short version. It became a non-problem, and then later on in life, I noticed I was craving it, and I didn't like the fact that I was craving it, and so I took it out of my life. Basically, I went from it's a problem to I can control it to life has been sucking lately, and I'm noticing a dangerous trend that I don't want to walk down again. So fuck that. And not a lot of people can do that. And what I'll say to anyone that's on their journey of not drinking alcohol or any substances at all, do not get discouraged for the slip-ups. If you went 30 days without it and you slipped up, you did 30 days. You did 30 days once, you'll do 30 more again. So if anybody tries to shame you for that, you remind them of their own journey and how long they have, and you remind them that it doesn't take away from the work that you put in. So go another 30 days. That doesn't mean like, hey, I did 30 days, have a sip. It just means do not beat yourself up for having a slip up. Drink water. Drink water. Water is necessary. It is a part of life. You need it. Temptation is a bee. Yeah. Trevor, I have heard about the movie where Coyote's suing Acme, and the good thing is that we are villain, not Acme, and because we have an Acme Day, and we've been like making sure, like I've continually said what an Acme Day means. Acme can't be copyrighted. We could totally do what we want to do, but the Acme company that is in WB is copyrightable. Isn't that funny how that works? So easiest solution for us was to distance ourselves, create customized logos, art, put out the lore videos that needed to be put out that say that we're not Acme or there's a hostile takeover and stuff like that. There's enough lore videos out there saying that we're not Acme, that we're vastly integrated inter-reality network connected, blah, 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 whatever. I can't, it's brain not braining right now, and I don't have this stuff in front of me. But yeah. Justice for Jerry. I love that how old that is, and that's still like still goes in there. My uncle was just yeah. Coffee is water. I'm not gonna. Coffee is water-ish. Plain water can literally make you sick. Yeah, and I realize that. During the here's my tism thing with water. During the I need to go stir the onions. Smell them. During the summer, I struggle with drinking plain water. I have to have it really, really cold, and preferably flavored on top of that. During the wintertime, I have the exact opposite problem. I prefer drinking plain room temperature to cold water. It's really weird. It's just how it works with me. Now, with that being said, onions are coming along nicely. With that being said, I drink mostly tea. And in air conditioning, I can often still drink water. So, and I don't blame anyone who's not able to have the things that they would like to have or has to have things differently because TISM says, oh, can't stand that because of one reason or another. Like I said, I know people who can't drink water whatsoever. All they can consume has to be bubbly, has to have carbonation. Consequently, they can make some of the loudest burps I've ever heard. Okay, so Levi, is there anything that can kill Stitch other than water? According to lore, virtually no. He survived a black hole. So, and water doesn't kill or harm Stitch. He just kind of goes inert in it. He is virtually indestructible. But they say that he is completely indestructible. He can actually survive in outer space. So, Debbie has to have everything carbonated because of the kidney failure. Yeah. Technically, coffee is a type of tea. It's bean juice. Don't you dare. Don't you dare compare coffee. Don't you dare compare bean juice with leaf juice. They are not the same. I had a review for not just school, but I don't want to dox yourself. Yeah. For me, it's not the carbonation, it's taste. I can't stand the taste of water. Yeah, I get that. Hi, baby. Hi, my baby. Yeah. It's one of those days. Thank you for coming up here and visiting me. I got a visitor. So it's dirty leaf water and bean juice. How do you think John would handle learning that Napa destroyed Frank's cosmic health? I'm not entirely sure. Allison, very true. Bean juice is the best legume out there. Hey, Allison, do you want to ask if Chris wants to pop on for a few minutes before I call it a night? Because I'm just not feeling it, and I don't have the energy to stay on for very much longer. The onions are still getting to me. I'm gonna have to get supplies for my texture craving creamy smoothie that is soda-ish. I want to make a root beer smoothie. Root beer smoothie sounds good. Off topic, says Rogue on Twitch. I'm rewatching again Miss Marple on BritBox. Marple, or is that supposed to be Maple? And it's so fun picking out the truisms that they do. The old cars, the way the furniture, the lampshades, curtains all match. I love it. Yeah, I love shows like that. He plans to leave. Okay, I will stick around for a little bit. Then he'll be on in a minute. Okay. All right, we will stick around for a little bit longer. We're just effectively waiting on my onions to brown up nicely, and it's just no reason to be over there while they're on low heat, taking forever to saute. I heard the pop.
Hey,
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
good. How are you? I just got back from a Mistborn book club meeting.
Mistborn Book Club.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. No, I am just kind of wiped.
That was
Pain
me
in the
earlier.
leg.
I get it.
Well, the pain in the leg kicked up again last couple days, and so sleep's been kind of wonky because I haven't wanted to take medication, but I'll probably take some tonight if it's
Hey, everybody.
still bugging me.
Everyone's saying hi in the chat, so I'm saying hi.
Oh,
Hi.
you're good. Yeah. But I figured since it's curry today, and curry takes like a good hour just to stew itself, I'm like, I'm just gonna get everything together, tell everyone the recipe, and then we'll sit down and talk for a little bit, and then I'll call it. But it's nice that you have some time to pop on and everything. So we got some news for y'all, and I'm really excited for this. We are in talks. Now this is the area of where we're at. We are currently in talks with animators. Now we haven't had anything official yet. We don't have anything back yet. It takes time. But we went from asking for help, which I think is cool, to very quickly within about a week or so.
A week having 6 people reach out to us, 2 of whom were very nice, but their portfolios just don't match any of the vision that we have. Doesn't mean they can't do that art, but they have no examples of anything near what we're looking for. So we're not going to consider them at this time. We've got another animator who I can't determine whether or not he's legit, who we're talking to. Hopefully he is. If he's not,
We were talking about that earlier, where I was like, regardless of what business you're in, you should be able to post your references.
Yeah. So I'm hesitantly moving forward with the first part of the project with this person. But what I'm thinking about doing is the other person they mentioned who's also talking to us. I think I'm just gonna exclude that person entirely, unless they can show me some references of work where they're credited. And if they can't, sorry. Like for example, Josh got his not Josh, Alec got the guy to do the video for him and tagged him in the comment. There's no reason why any other content creator wouldn't say animation by so and so. Team 4-Star did that with what's his name. They made sure everyone knew who did the animation.
Yep.
So it's just like
with I just spaced his name entirely. That's lovely. That's not great.
Demon Devil Artemis.
Yeah, Devil Artemis. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, and that's the thing. It was like even when you go and you look at other people who have done random animations on their channel that didn't have animations before, there's a list of credits in the description of who did the animations. Like one of the ways for us to find animators would be to literally click on YouTube videos that we like and go to the credit section.
Which we probably could have done, but we didn't do that. But so anyways, yeah. So I'm probably gonna disqualify this person, disqualify the other person they referenced. One of them is being very, very helpful and polite and being patient, and the other one gave me a price that does not match with what we were told that he charged our friend. So I'm gonna have to address that with him and just be like, hey, so you told Alec that you did this 40-second video for this amount, and then you quoted me almost double that for half the time. I'm confused.
Yeah. And that's understandable to like change your prices depending on the project, and it could very well be he just liked the project and so he gave Alec a deal.
Right.
But at the same time, that makes it hard for you to be referenced because you're going to get people are going to be like, oh yeah, this person did it for this much. Here you go. And within that certain time frame, like Alec's time frame was like 2-3 days, makes no sense. There's no reason to up your prices because one video blew up. That was already a good video without animation.
Yeah.
So, but that's my opinion on that one, and that's just straight up, and it's an amateurish opinion. Let's make that clear.
Mm-hmm.
I particularly, I don't know everything that goes in animation. I've watched tutorials. I've seen plenty of videos of how much work goes into animation. I realize there's a lot of work to it. We're more than capable, in all honesty, of syncing the audio. I can do that. Like if that makes it cheaper, if I do the final touches, I already have to sync audio. I am so used to syncing audio that it is not a funny thing anymore. The greatest thing about syncing audio with animation, usually, not the greatest. The thing that with syncing audio is you might have to go back in and edit the drawings or edit the animation itself in order to properly sync it versus having the audio match the animation. But what? About an hour, you know that.
I asked like 3 times.
You are already well aware how long it takes to cook curry. You know it is not a fast process. That minimum 30 minutes to stew. We're waiting on the onions right now. Another reason why I don't work.
So
Anyways.
the one guy who's not
clean it.
rushing us.
What?
I'll clean it, Tobias. Yes, I will go clean it. You do not need to get more food right now.
So the one guy who's not rushing us, Levi, wants to do the Ang and Katara video. So I'm just gonna cut things off with the other guy altogether.
You're gonna be able to get a refund, hopefully.
Hopefully, if not, we learned a lesson. Sometimes it's worth paying to learn a lesson, even if you don't want to.
Yeah. Oh, that's my video that he's wanting to do. I just realized that.
Nope, that's mine.
No, that's yours. Oh, okay.
Yep.
So is he doing just the original one, and we're not remaking it?
No, I told him we're gonna remake it.
Okay.
But it still needs to be under a minute.
Yeah. That'll be something that's we can easily do because we did both sides of that video.
Yep.
That's good. And yes, we could very well go to videos, scour them, and then turn around and try to find out how to connect with those animators. The biggest problem that I have is like that connecting part. Like just because they get credited doesn't mean we know how to contact them. We can try to search for them and then hope we get the correct person. And sometimes it's not that hard. And sometimes it's like, okay, all I've got is a name. I don't have a social or anything like that. It's just a name. I kind of like that we were able to, with minimum effort, reach out like this. But then we could, of course, did put ourselves out there to have people reach out and be like, ha ha ha, I see an opportunity. Who make money without work. That's just the reality of that situation, sadly.
It seems like he's doing an animation version of what I do with thank you, Atlas Eric, with what I do with trucking companies. Is we get a customer, but we don't have any trucks. So we go to a company that has trucks and we sell them on what the customer gave us and try to make a little bit of money in the difference.
That's kind of
No,
what I was.
there's no contract, Justine.
No, and that's kind of what I was talking about last night. Was like trying to find out. It shouldn't be a problem in my brain to ask the question, which one of these did you do specifically, so we understand what you're giving us, or are you a manager of other ones? Right? There's no problem being a manager of other people whatsoever. But knowing that up front changes the way we talk to a person entirely. Because you go from, hey, you're the animator doing this, to, oh, you're the project manager. I'm not talking to the animator directly. Personally, I would rather talk to the animator directly because there's a lot of benefits to that rather than going through a middleman constantly, because you also have communication loss. No matter what you do, you're going to have communication loss. Like drop shipping. It's not drop shipping.
What really confuses me is he keeps asking for storyboards, but I told him we're going to get him a video that's going to be the storyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have a storyboard artist. If we had the whole team, we wouldn't have reached out.
Yeah, we're not making a brand new video just for animation. We're having stuff animated.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Atlas, we just want to work directly with an animator.
And don't get us wrong, there are a variety of styles that we have talked and discussed. For everyone here, we've discussed about like us using our audio to create an animation. We've discussed creating entirely new animations based on the stories that we've created. Like, it would be really cool to see the full fight of the Predators versus the Avatar as just its own standalone video, and then you get to see our call or something, right? That's not the style. That particular style is not happening right now. That particular style is very intensive and work, and it takes a long time to realistically get to that point. There is going to be a point where we get to do things like death battle type of stuff, where we have a video and then you get to see the fight. Right. Spoiling Levi. Oh, Tyler, you bought 5 coffees again. That's awesome. Thank you. Anyways, and we would love to do the death battle style of stuff. We make a funny video and you get to see the fight of the video. It's cheaper to do the things like what Alec did, where it uses our voice, you see a funny thing, verse it, and you don't have to worry nearly as much about the syncing of the audio at that point either. Makes the video a lot easier to animate because you're just animating the cool parts. Or you're doing like a super easy animation.
Or, hey JMP, or the other option, so one of the other animators, the one we really liked, who is being very calm and not pushy at all, who's got their animation on their profile, on their profile of what they can do. I'm thinking about having them to do 2 videos instead, or maybe we have them do the same video, one cutting back and forth from you and me to the action, and one that is entirely the villain side of the call. And
that makes 2 separate videos still.
Yeah.
It's definitely something to discuss off stream more, for sure. And I have no problem doing that tonight, by the way. And to everyone here, I love you all. There is a difference between responding to multiple people, basically a group of people, and sitting there with effectively one of my best friends and chatting while I sit down and eat. I love you all. The level of energy for me today is not group energy, and I apologize. It was earlier in the day, and wasn't able to take the nap I needed. Slayer versus Buffy the Vampire. Which Slayer? There's so many of those that I just had a brain fart of which Slayer. Like the anime? Hope both of us are doing well. Yes. Oh yeah, Chris, add. Oh shoot, yeah, Chris. You need to fix your buy me a coffee link. That's the only reason people can't donate to you directly right now.
Where would I fix that?
Go to Google buy me a coffee and then go and make sure your things are correct and go to Streamlabs. Okay, I can fix the link. Go to buy me a coffee, make sure everything is turned on and working properly, and then share the link to Discord for me, and I will fix that when I get downstairs.
I didn't know that I had one.
You did at one point, and it's in the command, but apparently it's not working. And either A, it's not working because the way I wrote up the command, or B, the link broke at some point.
Yeah, I'm gonna that one's just not gonna exist anymore. Because I don't know what account I used for it, unless it's this one. Is yours tied to your personal email?
I don't remember what it's tied to.
Okay. Unless I did it with this, I wouldn't have done it with this email, did I? No, I didn't. No, these are all telling me to sign up.
Who do you at least want to get your hands on a deck of many things? No one. No one deserves to have their hands on a deck of many things. It goes so wrong. It's like getting your hands on the monkey paw. Doesn't matter who gets it. It's all crappy. You have to do self-care. It's important. It is. Levi needs a lantern recharge. My ring of fuck has no fucks. It's a stream. I gotta pull it up and eventually go through it, but I have not had the energy to go through the streams either. Because I have to sit there and listen to it for at least an hour at double speed if I'm listening to it on double speed. And that's a lot of streams.
Okay.
Redheads need their naps for sure.
Go ahead, sign up. I'm gonna sign up with a different one. Okay. So name is.
Oh, they're going for high scores? Absolutely. Can I be quiet?
Yeah.
No. Oh, I'm so sorry that I'm working. Smart Alec over here. And to all those that donated last time, I am currently waiting for the funds to hit the account so that I can do the things that I promised to do.
All right. Let's do this. We
have a coffee bang. Just needs to add the HTTPS to his link. Could be, but it's also one of those things where it's like making sure it works, because there's plenty of times where we've put those links and they didn't need the HTTPS and they worked. Oh, the ginger smells so good.
Ginger. Yeah.
Making curry with meat that's been marinated in garlic and ginger and Worcestershire sauce and Worcestershire and rice vinegar. Onion sauteed pretty nicely. Meat's browning currently and cooking.
Give me a moment. Okay, so let's do this.
Hey, Raven, I need your opinion on something real quick.
Don't ask her about my hair.
Raven, I need your opinion in the kitchen real quick. Pretty sure I know what it is, but you want to take the opportunity to make fun of Chris real quick?
No.
You just made him smile. Here, go ahead, be mean. Okay, you're not gonna be mean. I need your help.
Well, get someone else.
No, I can't. No.
You know what's really cool though? I can't see the screen right now, so I can't see what Raven's doing.
They're playing Dress to Impress, and they're making a steampunk dress.
Huh.
I got shooed away. I think I'm gonna go with best judgment. Get off of me. Let go. Let go. Best judgment's probably gonna be best, and just on the safe side, we're gonna switch to the big pot. I have too many potatoes. Okay. Discord is responsible for the Discord. Doom Guy destroys Buffy. No one survives Doom Guy. I think Doom Guy and Buffy would go out for a drink, if I'm going to be honest.
Oh, I know.
I think Buffy and Doom Guy would get along. I don't know why I don't know what destroying there would be there other than the demons that they decide to fight together.
They might get along too well. There might be some sort of destroying going on.
Doom Guy is canonically married,
I would run off.
as is Buffy. And they're both very loyal to their
What
spouses.
if they met before the marriage?
Yeah. I love the backpedaling. Like, oh, right. Fuck.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
There's no spoiler warnings for stuff that is like 20 plus years old. I think I'm pretty accurate. If you go take a look, I don't think there's enough room for the potatoes unless we cut the potatoes in half. And you said that you wanted that many potatoes. Potatoes aren't in there yet. Yeah. I'm currently browning up the meat. Allison just laughing. No such thing as too many taters. No, but I do need to. Chris,
What?
take a look at the screen.
So that sword that you have,
What am I looking at?
you can block like anything. It just
You're in trouble.
For those that don't know, that's his spouse. Oh goodness.
Get comfy on the couch.
Oh, that's funny. That's good. All right, everyone. I love y'all. Chris, are you wanting to stay on for a little bit, or you want to just have it be me and you for a little while?
Let's just chat. We got a lot to chat about, so. And I
All right.
got to pull the part out anyway, so.
Okay, so as far as the live goes, the live's going to be finished, but me and Chris are going to hang out for a little while. Remember to take it one breath, one step, one day at a time, which is currently what I'm doing. I wish you all peace of mind, serenity in body and spirit, and harmony among others. And until the winds blow your sails my way again, have an happy day. And remember,
Having happy days are part of the villain. Having an happy day will eventually be able to account. Have an happy day.
bye, everyone. You want to hit end so I don't screw it up?
Yeah,